It's on a tower like this, the daunting beast of the tower dog business, a monopole.
I've had 15, 20 guys that came out, looked at the tower, turned white as a ghost, and walked away.
But first, before Ernie climbs, Doug will attempt to scale this 200-foot monopole to show just how tough it is to climb these monsters. 3 tower workers have already died this year in monopole accidents.
If you have to call for ambulance, you got the hospital number, you got the police department number, and you got the fire department number.
Tower rig?
Not yet.
Not yet? All right. I want to check that out, too.
I'm gonna belt up.
Like many tower dogs, Doug is superstitious.
I got the duck. And you kissed the baby. I'm good to go.
Doug's having last-second jitters.
Hardest part of this job is getting to work.
This kind of stuff is the worst kind of day because you look at a tower and it's fine, I'll go up there. Then you're up there and it's miserable.
It's difficult to climb because the pegs are wide.
You're encumbered with gear and pounds of extra clothes. It just makes the job almost impossible to do.
Oh, Andy Spears.
It's 20 on the ground or in the teens, and it feels like it's below 0 on top of the tower. You can't feel your hands, extremities freeze up.
There is no feeling in my fingers. Kinda need those.
Doug makes it up. But can Ernie climb a tower just like it on his next job? He has to change the cell phone antennas.
If I don't fix the problems in the tower, who's gonna do it? Nobody. And who gets paid? Nobody. I am a badass tower worker. I've never met nobody better. This is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. Where can you go at 7 o'clock in the morning, 500 feet, and get that view of the sun coming up?
Ernie makes it up in a matter of minutes. He changes the antennas on time, but the altitude deflates his bravado.
I'm on the tower and Ernie says,
I'm scared of heights. And I just do this because I need to pay the bills, and this is what I do. Got to pay the child support, you know? So I risk my life every day for them.
And for all this risk, Ernie makes about $14 an hour.
But tonight you might go dancing.
I'd like to. I got to get Nikolai to go, my boss.
Will Nikki dance with you?
Yeah, that's why. Otherwise, I look stupid dancing.
At night, they're back at the bar.
this is that relationship with Nikki and Ernie. Ernie's a guy who's like flirting with disaster and literally flirting with his boss.
Look how tiny and petite she is. She can lift some steel.
You couldn't find a better boss. Ever. I love her to death. She knows that.
Ernie finds his mission here is tougher than on the tower.
I was dancing, I went on the dance floor dancing. Ernie came out on the dance floor and I turned around and left. I didn't want to dance with Ernie.
Are you going to fire Ernie again?
You know I would. I mean, it's inevitable. He was this close today. It's a family. You spend just about every day and night together, except for the hopefully 8 hours of sleep that you get. But it's very dysfunctional, but it's a family.
Speaking of family, Nikki, Ernie, and the crew later drive a couple of hours to Nikki's mom's house.
Caroline's cooking, and they're having dinner, and we're never not invited.
Ernie eats more than anybody.
Is that a fact?
That's a fact.
I like to eat now and then.
I try to take care of them when we get home. I feel like people do a better job if they like who they're working for.
Nikki gets home about once a week to see her 14-year-old daughter, Allie.
She stays with my mom when I'm gone.
But soon, they're on the road again. On a Saturday afternoon, they're in Knoxville, Tennessee. Nikki has a tight deadline to build a new monopole tower.
Monopoles, you build them quick and they're over, and you can usually make a lot of money on monopoles because it's quick. Nothing's quick about this one.
Nikki needs the job done by dark, and it's already mid-afternoon.
We're doing good until the very last part. It's a nightmare because they have the crane for today, That's all they have it for. And if I need the crane longer, then they're gonna take that out of my check.
Something about me, it just irks her.
When he lowers it, don't go back up with it till I tell him to.
What?
Ernie is moving too slow, and for Nikki, it's her way or the highway.
I don't know what his reasons were, but when his mouth starts,
He's doing stuff on his own.
then mine starts, and mine's gonna be the last one.
There's that competition there. You know, that's part of the fun, but it's also part of the dynamic you've got to control. And if she's going to be in charge, she's got to be the top dog, leader of the pack, you know.
We can't get finished, and so I have to break down and make the call to my project manager that works for Kyle. That was bad.
I'm standing in the lobby back at the hotel wondering why the heck it took him so long.
Oh my gosh, do you want me to tell you what really took so long?
Yes, I do. I want both of you to tell
You say
me.
damn Yankee?
Okay.
Ernie's the only Northerner on the crew, so there's no doubt who Nikki's referring to.
I'm aggravated.
And then, out of the blue,
They looked out the window, and Ernie was packing his car. He was leaving.
he disappears without a trace. And now, Nikki's very livelihood is on the line. Later,
That impacts everybody here, not just me. It impacts all the guys.
He was the only, pardon my French, that decided he wanted to leave. Good riddance.
what next? The risks become real for the fearless young hotshot.
Cody's looking at how he's going to do this job and stay alive.
This is the hotshot, 21-year-old Cody. Like many tower dogs his age, fear is not in his vocabulary.
You worry about any of you guys, but those guys you especially worry about.
This day, Cody is on a 160-foot water tank in New Jersey. He has just 4 hours to install new antennas on the side and take measurements showing the work has been done correctly. But the weather isn't cooperating.
When it's that cold outside, you got a lot more gear on you. Your face is cold all the time. Hands are almost always cold. Everything moves slower. You got more restrictions.
With wind like that and 3 or 4 ropes on the tower, whipping around, it's a potentially dangerous situation. Cody's looking at how he's going to do this job and stay alive.
Set my rope up, went ahead very safely, and got rigged.
He's in control of his own destiny right there. There's nothing I can do to help him. Nothing between heaven and earth. It's Cody and his equipment getting him to that spot.
He's depending on his safety lines to keep him tied off to the side of the tower, but they are no guarantee.
It's fall prevention, not injury prevention.
It's not just the fall, it's what are you doing with the stuff that you're carrying? All your tools, all your equipment. These are all things that you've got to be aware of because an accident happens in a second.
The wind is creating havoc, but Cody is moving on schedule. Then he realizes he's missing an important measuring tool.